Similac or baby formula is not needed to feed your baby. Shalom. First and foremost, giving God praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to do a quick video real quick. A video that's based on an article which talks about a shortage of baby formula. Now I just wanted to do this video to especially let you Israelite women know. When I say Israelites, when I say Israelites, I'm speaking of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, because we are the true Hebrew Israelites, and those whose father's lineage on their father's side, which goes back to the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians. Okay, we are the true Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people spoken of in the Holy Scriptures. And if you are a Hebrew Israelite woman, you're not supposed to be feeding your baby Similac or baby formula. Okay, and why would you spend so much money? Why would you spend hundreds of dollars on Similac or baby formula when you can breastfeed for free? And a matter of fact, Similac or baby formula did not exist back in the ancient world. So how did women feed their babies in the ancient world? Well, let's look it up. At the end of the century, 4 methods of infant feeding were available. Breastfeeding by the mother, by wet nurses, with animal milk, and with pap and panada. Pap and panada. It says pap consisted of hot water and flour or bread soaked in water or milk and egg. Panadas were cereals which were cooked in broth. So babies were fed the natural way back in the ancient world. Okay? Similac did not exist back in the ancient world. So you're over here spending hundreds of dollars on baby formula and Similac when you can literally breastfeed your baby. You know? And then here's another one right here. What did mothers feed their babies before formula? Before the invention of bottles and formula, wet nursing was the safest and most common alternative to the natural mother's breast milk. And we have some examples of wet nursing, okay? Such as with animal milk, with pap and panada. And then if we come down here, right, how breastfeeding sparked population growth in ancient cities. So back in the ancient world, people weren't feeding their babies baby formula and Similac and all these chemicals. Okay, natural breast milk is good for babies. You was born with 2 breasts, use them. But then you wonder why your child grows up with all kinds of mental issues. Your baby grows up with ADHD. He can't focus. He becomes learning disabled. He has some kind of stigma in his mind. I mean, God forbid your baby grows up to be retarded. But it's like, whose fault is that? Look at what you're feeding your baby. You know, your baby's growing up with all kinds of mental issues. Why? Because you want to feed your baby. You want to feed your baby when he's only, 11 months years old, 12 months years old. If a baby is 11 months years old, that would make your baby, that would means that your baby just came out of your womb and 2 months later. So if your baby is 12 months years old, that means that it's been 3 months since your baby's been out of your womb. So why would you be feeding your baby, your 12-month-year-old baby, chemicals that could possibly create brain damage and mental issues and all of these other problems that will have long-term effects on your baby growing up? Use natural breast milk to feed your baby. Your baby's brain will develop better. Okay, his or her bones will develop better. It will decrease the chances of your baby growing up with mental issues. Historians down the ages have examined the ebb and flow of populations in ancient societies, but most of these examinations have intended to focus on male-dominated events, the wars, the politics, and the money. But there is another side to the past that struggles to be heard over the clashing of swords. It is this unreported history that our new research focuses on. My colleagues and I at Bournemouth University and the University of Warsaw used advanced chemical techniques to study breastfeeding. In some of the world's early cities in ancient parts of Syria and Lebanon, we analyzed small pieces of bone from infants, children, and mothers interred in the ancient Bronze Age cemeteries between 2800 and 1200 BC. It says, by using a technique known as stable isotypes analysis. From this, we built computer models estimated the age of weaning, the introduction of complementary foods to a breastfeeding child's diet, and complete weaning, stopping breastfeeding entirely in these populations. So the point is that breastfeeding was the way to go back in the ancient world. We didn't use Similac. Okay, Similac did not even exist back then, and we damn sure did not use a baby formula. Okay, women would breastfeed their children back in the ancient world. But the problem with the women of our nation is that they're too damn lazy to breastfeed their children. You want something quick and convenient. So you give your baby these chemicals, that's why the scriptures call you careless, you careless daughters. Okay, read Isaiah, the 32nd chapter and the 9th verse, all the way down to the 11th verse. Luke chapter 21 verse 23. These are the words of Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. He said, but woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck. What did Yahushua mean by to them that give suck? He's talking about babies sucking on the breasts of their mothers. Okay, he's talking about babies being breastfed by their mothers. So this proves that even during the time of Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus, even during the time of Yahushua, our women was breastfeeding their children. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.